The rising cost of gas, groceries, and everyday items can be overwhelming. In fact, a recent survey by the American Psychological Association found nearly 90% of Americans say inflation caused a significant level of stress. Dr. Andrew Farah is a psychiatrist with Novant Health. He says the first rule when it comes to anxiety and stress is not to panic.
And don't do things that are just out of desperation, like open another credit card or take out a high interest loan or start pawning things. Doing things that would seem desperate. Just take a step back before you do something like that, and don't make any major life decisions while you're under that type of stress.
Dr. Farah says financial stress can be managed like any other form of stress. He says it's important to have a good exercise routine, avoid caffeine or things that might make you more nervous. Don't stop any medication you're on without talking to your doctor, and seek professional help if the anxiety becomes more severe.
And then the hardest thing to do is sort of a cognitive retraining where you turn all that restless energy and all that anxiety into productive thought and planning. So if you can, instead of spinning your wheels worrying, if you could spend that mental energy actually taking concrete steps to alleviate some of the burden.
To help relieve some of the stress, Dr. Farah also recommends making a budget and reaching out to a financial advisor for help. I did ask you on my Facebook page, how is inflation impacting your mental health? Maddie Sheely says, not at all. This too shall pass. Sean Sigler wrote, sleepless nights worrying about paying bills. Anthony Davis says, it's making me stronger and more self-sufficient. And then Marlon Smith says, it makes me trust God because He is my source. A lot of folks had something similar to that.
I mean, it's the type of thing where there's nothing we can do to stop it. You know what I mean? The government has to help take care of that. So it's just time to pull that belt tighter, I think, for a while. And a lot of people are doing second jobs.
A lot of interesting perspectives kind of run the gamut of how everybody is feeling. Fortunately for me, I mean, I don't have any kids. And I feel like I'm in a financially stable situation. So it's not impacting me as much as it's impacting someone who really is living paycheck to paycheck, and any extra expense is really a strain on the budget.
For me, it's just made me realize I can't really live my life the way I might have been living it 6 months ago. I know for me personally, my rent went up a couple $100s. So that's a big, lifestyle change. So I've had to cut back on certain things, like maybe I don't eat out 3 days a week. Maybe I just eat out 1 day a week, or maybe I can cut back here and there. Maybe I can get my toes done, but not get my, fingernails done. So, but like you said, some people have really definitely been impacted more than, other people.
It makes you, when you actually look at what you spend, and some people don't, they just don't. But if you stop and take the time, and we don't do it a lot, but once probably every 6 months, we'll just look and be like, oh my gosh, like if you categorize it, if you have those programs or apps that can do that, it's amazing. And for us, it's eating out. That's our biggest waste of money.
Same here. I really like how he says just don't panic and make some rash decision. Just kind of take a step back and just, breathe and say, okay, what can I do to maybe work my way around this?
Well, when all of us go out to eat, that's 6 of us. I just stop
Forget
by
about it.
Wells Fargo on the way.
Right?
Oh,
I'm sure, I
gosh.
can't even imagine what your weekly budget is when school is in session and then when it's not in session.
So when the twins are home, like from college now, our food budget goes up. There was at one point it was going up about $400 a month.
Oh goodness,
And
buying groceries or eating
groceries.
out?
Oh no, eating out is, we have to cut that way back.
Because
they eat like 4 adult grown men because they'll be 20 next month.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, it's a big mess. All right, you won't see Chilton's eating out a whole lot. It's a big group.